had to come outside and get this off my chest because shout out to Country Wayne and his skits. I want you guys to go check out the one where Amber introduces Dr. Holistic to Ernestine. See, Ernestine's dealing with cancer right now. And I'm just so grateful as someone that understands. I don't know if you want to call it psychology, because I haven't studied it from no other man. I have this connection with God, right? And of course, I'm always building that. But shout out to them for, and so what I'm saying is, them putting that in the skits. I look at Country Wayne as, you know, a melanated, like someone that's putting the people on, okay? Someone that's paving the way for new media, okay? And I want you guys to understand, media is so important to the psychology of our people, to how we build, to our culture, to what we do, and how we live our life. So him sharing that part, and I haven't always tapped into Ernestine's story and stuff like that, but I seen that. And I seen that Amber was going to introduce a holistic solution to Ernestine while she's in the hospital being treated. First of all, I didn't even realize, but did you know, I wonder if people know this, that when people have cancer and they don't have hair, it's because of chemotherapy, not because of the cancer. I thought you start losing hair when you have cancer. And maybe some people do or whatever, but from my understanding now, and I'll do more research, you lose the hair because of the chemotherapy. I talked to a sister that said she went through chemotherapy and thought she was going to die the first day. It got worse for her. Like, life got very, very worse for her. Yes, and it got better, but who's to say if you don't just try some holistic stuff and have a lifestyle change, lessen stress, just live life and, you know, change your diet, do some fasting, get closer to God, do some meditation, surround yourself with nature, okay? Try something different. And I'm not gonna hold you, we do have our life to lose, right? But ultimately, what do we have to lose? You know how many people die from fucking medications from Western society and things that they have created. And I'm saying this was created from their mindset, from where they were coming from, and as business and all the other stuff. So I'm not to say that they didn't have intentions to help people, but if we look at the results, okay, people can create something we think is good at first, but look at the results of most of their medicines have so many different fucking impacts on people. They're killing people. And I want you to understand that medicine is one of the top 3 killers in America. Is the treatment. And I want you to understand that, because some people, when they family members pass away, they may say, oh, well, this person died from cancer. That's what they would say about Ernestine right now, that she passed from cancer. But truthfully, how the fuck we don't know that she ain't passed from chemotherapy? That took all her fucking hair out. You know, she's sick now. Like, who's to say if you skip that and you really put your work in with natural remedies, that you won't beat that shit just like you would beat it with chemotherapy or radiation or whatever. But you will also not put that stress on your body, not put your body through that. You put your body through having cancer and getting rid of it. And this is, I don't know. I never had it. I only know a couple people, so I don't know. But when she said, what do you have to lose? Look, if we were to find out that nature, that God, and we were to trust in God for real and not this man, and we were to find out that we can get everything we need just from the earth, which makes all the sense in the world. Yes, we have to figure out how to use it, what to use it for, who to use it, and all that other stuff. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Other than that, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, expecting a change. And actually on this, I would love to talk to more people that have relatives that has went through this, right? Because I talked to somebody else and said, yeah, that stuff goes by fast. But how do you know it goes by fast? And what they mean is it can take over you fast. But I want to know, if the person denied chemotherapy, what happened? You know? So you could say, oh yeah, cancer kills, and it kills you really fast. But are you saying that with chemotherapy or without? And maybe I have a misinformed opinion on it, but I'm not going to hold you. It's not even just cancer. There's certain things we would need to go to the system for, right? You might need surgery. We may not have people that's into surgery or all the other, all that other type of stuff. You may need something that we don't have the means for. But when it comes to prevention, we can do that. When it comes to healing, many people have healed. Okay? You can't say that your family member didn't heal and they got the treatment, or they didn't get the treatment, but they still had a fucked up lifestyle. They still feeding themselves the cancer that they feed us when it comes to fast food industry and the processed food industry and all that type of stuff. The meat that's injected with all types of shit. Okay? We cannot truly say that holistic remedies don't work if we don't do them for real, for real. If we don't fast for real, we don't say fuck these jobs. I'm gonna be in with myself, and go. And not only that, I'm gonna tell you right now, we have to do the inner work. We have to do the inner work and honor thyself. And when I mean honor thyself, I mean your best self, your most purest self, the self of you that don't hold heaviness in your heart. Okay. So we have to get to that. And when we get to that, that will open up the doors for us to come together more openly, okay? But if you don't have nowhere to go, you have to take care of you and your kids, and you're in the circumstance, do the best that you can do, but cut out that fast food. Okay? You're going to have to maybe cut out a couple meals. You don't have to eat all that you eat. You think you do. You don't really have to. Start with something. Because then, guess what? If you start with something right now, your kids grow up and take on your thing. But it's hard, we're in this society, but they can. We take on a lot of how we were taught when we grew up. Okay? Society controls us too. Everything in our environment controls us. But if we're aware of it and we choose where we want to put our intentions, and we understand that, look, our mind is precious and we must protect it. Okay? So we will be conscious of where we're actually putting ourselves and our children. All right? These public schools around here, your kid may not even know what a damn vape is. They go to school, they over there smoking in the bathroom. So I'm telling you, we have to take a step back and really be like, fuck that, I want change. But everybody don't want change like I would want change. Okay? So that's fine too. But there is going to have to be a separation, because the mindset is so important. And yes, there's going to be sacrifices. You know how many people this system sacrificed to know how to whatever's inside the body? You know how many people they tortured, and now they could turn off? They can make your body could be in so much pain, but you won't even know it, because they turn off some signal in your mind with this medication. The pain in our body is supposed to help us move and do something different. But guess what? They want you to be batteries. They want you to continue doing work that you don't like to do. That's actually killing you. You can say, I'm working this job because I got to pay for my bills. I got to work for the children and stuff like that. I'm telling you, what I'm creating, Honor Thyself Community, is something way different, and it's what's needed for change. Not everybody's ready for change, and that's okay. But this is what's needed for change. This is what we're going to do is what's needed. It has to happen. We have to come together as communities. And it ain't even just about the community I'm creating or the nation I'm building. It's not even about that. Like, if you got a community, come on now, how can I support? I may not come over there and do everything for you and stuff like that, but how can I use my mind to help you be better? How can we work together? People that is creating communities, because community is what's needed for change in this society, okay? We are lacking unity. And with that lack of unity, we got our people, they want to do better, they can't do better because they're being batteries for the system. What I mean by batteries for the system is that You need to hurry up and get well because you need to go back to work. You need to go back to the job that is stressing you out. And do you know stress is a big killer too? I think that's in the top 3 as well. Stress. Now that can be stress on your mind, your body, your spirit. Okay? And y'all should see me right now. See, right now, I was like, let me not say this message because I look a mess and all this other shit. No, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. So, yeah, what I mean by batteries is you have to go to work for this system and do a job that you don't like. Now, if you're doing a job you like and you love getting up every day going to work, okay, cool. Look at your diet. But stress, you working for these jobs, our kids going to school, they're learning about stress early. They don't want to go to that dumbass school. And I know, guess what? You ain't got time to think about it. And I'm so grateful for God. I'm so grateful for God putting me in position to be able to even have the mindset to think about this shit. You know how many people have my mindset, but they're so busy being a battery. They're so busy being a battery for this fucking system that they don't have the time. Your time is precious. Take a week off. Demand your respect from these motherfuckers. Anyways, set goals, but small to big, whatever you got to do, because you can be better. You got to work towards it. And your work, even if it's small as fuck, it is needed. It is needed. Your small changes while you're at home, while you're being a battery and stuff, it's needed. And it will eventually come full fold. Because the world is changing, baby, and America is changing. They're going to have to, the powers that be in this society, they're going to have to get with it, or I'm telling you, it's going to be a war or whatever, but we're changing. It's changing. And you know what's the biggest thing that holds the system up? is our trust in this system. Is our trust in the school system, the trust in the doctors who's been taught. And even though some doctors may want to do better, and some doctors are fucking crazy, don't get it twisted now. But some doctors really want to help, but they've been taught this is how you help. And then they being a battery, okay? At this point, they're being a battery too. If you get money from motherfucking doing these scripts, then you need to do these scripts, okay? But have you ever got to take a chance to just step back? And this is what you're going to be able to do at our community. This is one thing you're going to get when you come to our land. You're going to be able to take a step back and really think about what's going on in this society and how you can do with your part to make a change. Because we ain't about to keep living like this. Our trust in the money, our trust in the currency. Okay? Any government, and I study government to a degree, not like everybody else, okay? It's different. The way I look at things is different. You could have went to school, all this, you'd be like, oh, that's not, and I'm looking at it different. And that's what scares me the most about the doctors is like, they looking at it from a certain point of view, from their history, from their struggles and from their shit and what they felt like it was best. And it built from there. Their foundation is not, I don't like their foundation. Not for governance, not for medical, not for, I don't know about education now. They got some education, but I'm saying, like, I don't like the foundation. And if you keep building with that foundation, you're going somewhere. And I'm not going to hold you. Even us, coming from America, trying to create something different, we have some of America in us, but we don't have to build on the same foundation. So my thing is, I want to be able to continuously see different ways that we can be able to make a change in small ways. It can be small ways or big ways. However you can change to be better, I want you to do that. If it's walking a day, then do that. If it's cutting back on certain foods that you know is not good for you, do that. Whatever it is that you need to do to be better, start small, okay? Because that's going to help us in the long run. So, I had to get on here and do this rant. And it's not really a rant, baby. This is some real shit. I'm not going to hold you. It is some real stuff. And I had to get that out of my heart. And it's still in there. I feel it. I'm not going to hold you. I feel some heaviness and whatever. in my heart, but guess what? I know a solution. So it's not really heaviness. It's just like, oh, I can feel flutters in my heart because I still feel some type of way about this. Like, I still want to release, basically. I still want to cry a little bit about this situation because it's like, it touches me. But guess what? We always work in solutions. We always work with logic, okay? But sometimes we deal with the emotions, and that's fine. And that's fine. But baby, what do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? And I know that sounds, you'd be like, well, it's working. Well, you know what's the lifespan of a motherfucking average American? I don't know, but we should look it up because I don't know either. I'm just saying. There's places that live better, do better, all that stuff. Why can't we have better? Why the fuck do we have to settle? Why do we have to be okay with the way it is? Why can't we make a change? So for me and for many others, we have that same mindset. What do you got to lose when it comes to trying something different that could help you in your life? And if you feel like herbs may do the opposite and it's scary, because herbs it's a whole medicine. We have to handle it and study it carefully. Some herbs are strong. You know, some people don't need as much as others. So it's all a study and a thing, but why don't we use what God gave us? Why not? For what? So we can get these capsules that have who the fuck knows what in them? And even if you know what is in it, it's so many different things. It's all chemicals with a little herb in there. I'm sure there's some herb in there. I don't know, but I study more. I'm always open to learning more about the situation and the subject. So, what do we have to lose? Like, for real, for real. If we continue to do things the same way, trust me, it's getting worse. You can't keep putting garbage in the body, in your kid's body, in their kid's body, and continuously letting them do what? Give us vaccines. All this shit to fucking do what to our body, our blood? No. Give us vaccines. Give us any type of medicine. You know, start feeding us fucking cloned meats. It's not even fucking real. It's made with chemicals too. We're just a whole chemical study. And I'm gonna look up what makes something different from an herb to a chemical. What makes a chemical? How do you make chemical from herbs? If it's not from herbs, where the hell do you get this stuff from? Because everything got to be from the earth. So what is it? What is it? Chemicals, and I don't know, but we're gonna look it up. Chemicals probably make inorganic matter. What is inorganic matter, right? That means it didn't come from it can't say it didn't come from the earth because everything comes from the earth. What makes something inorganic? When you start mixing some things up. But where do you get these things from? Because everything got to be from the earth. I'm looking at a car, right? So is this made out of chemicals? What is, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this made out of? Because everything has to be from the earth. So why is the chemicals worse for us than other things? So that's what I'm about to go study. But I'm saying, like, so we can use some house residue. Okay, how about this? I just seen something the other day that was talking about the stuff that we engine our car with the gas or the oil or whatever that makes machinery go. Okay, we can use that. Some of that is used in some of the medicines and stuff. And this is just an example because I don't know technically, but some of the shit that we're using for technology or this stop sign that is so it's like this. But how is it inorganic still though? How is that inorganic? How can oil even be inorganic? It's like, okay, the oil from the avocado is good for machinery. It's not good for humans. And I'm just making that up right now. But, you know, the oil from something is good for this, but it's not good for that. But if you only put a little bit in the medicine, It should give them some energy. Or something like that. I don't know how they get their logic. But all I know is if I can grow it, I can pick it, and I can put it in my body or my tea or my bath or on my body, and it helps me, why not? If I can take an orange and get vitamin C, or orange from a tree and get vitamin C, not these, see, there's oranges that's not even real. You can manufacture. Are we going to let them do that to us? I'm saying we have to understand psychology and the mindset of people. This system is built on a certain foundation and it has a certain mindset. So unless it gets with it and say, you know what, we're going to get into the herbs. And then who knows what they're going to do with that, because the foundation and their mindset is built on some other shit. Like, first of all, their survival. And you can build stuff in a survival mode, but it's not going to be the best if you were in a mode where you could just really be creative. Because your survival, you're thinking about survival, so you may do some grimy shit to survive and stuff, not knowing that you good, like, or if you're not good, like, you know. So we have, from the culture and the society that we're creating, it just has to be different. We can't build on survival, but I'm telling you, if we don't come together right now, we're gonna have to build on survival too. But it might be a little different, but not as much as it could be if we come together right now where we good really. But if the system start falling, things start happening, look, I'm telling you, they go up on all the prices just because they want to. Look, we gonna come together, but we gonna come together for survival, and we don't want to do that. Okay, we can start right now when we know it's coming, and it might be an urgency, but it ain't a survival, so we don't have to do no weird stuff. You know, survival make you steal, kill, destroy. Fuck that. We good. We survive. We here because we're surviving. Like, you know, we gonna make it do what God has gave us, and we gonna make the best out of it. So we surviving, period, because we're living off of what is and what God gives us, what's already here. Like, anyways, I think I'm all done with this conversation because I think I went over so many different things that the beginning of this was about the medical industry and how we definitely need to look into holistic things, and how you may not know it, but the medical diagnosis and use in America is one of the leading cause of deaths. So, yeah, some of it's good, some of it's bad, and that's just something that we have to be aware of and start creating small changes, because we might as well avoid the doctor in all. What if we can do that? But I don't think we can do that all the way as a group, but as an individual you could, you know, some of us could. But as a group, we're going to just need our people. But how we are right now, I don't feel like we're in a state of fullness when it comes to our body and our energy and where we're putting our energy and what we're getting back for it. I don't think that. So we're gonna make a change. This is the time. I'm not playing. This is the time anyways. So it's happening no matter what. So we might as well use our conscious mind to be able to work through it and not let it happen to us. We make it happen, okay? We make it happen. We don't let it happen to us. All right, peace.